the crucifixion of Jesus, a story that echoes throughout history, a story of love, sacrifice, and redemption. It's the heart of the Christian faith. The moment God himself, in the person of Jesus, took the weight of our sin upon his shoulders. Why is this event so important? Because it bridges the gap between us and God. We, in our human weakness, could never erase the stain of sin, but Jesus, perfect and blameless, chose to pay the price for us. His death on the cross wasn't the end, it was a new beginning, a victory over death itself. Through his sacrifice, we are offered forgiveness and eternal life. This is the story of that sacrifice. The Garden of Gethsemane, a place of peace, soon to be a place of pain. Jesus, knowing what awaited him, went there to pray. His heart heavy with sorrow, he sought solace in the presence of his Father. But darkness was closing in. Judas, one of Jesus' own disciples, approached. He had betrayed Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. With a kiss, he identified Jesus to the soldiers. The disciples were outraged, ready to fight. But Jesus, ever peaceful, stopped them. He willingly surrendered to the authorities. His hour had come. Jesus was brought before the Jewish leaders. False accusations flew. They were jealous of his power, threatened by his teachings. Their hearts were hardened against him. Unable to find any fault in him, they sent Jesus to Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor. Pilate, though finding no guilt in Jesus, bowed to the pressure of the crowd. He condemned Jesus to death by crucifixion. Even in this injustice, God's plan was unfolding. Jesus, silent and strong, endured their hatred. He was carrying the weight of every sin, every accusation ever made against humanity. The Roman soldiers mocked Jesus. They dressed him in a purple robe, a symbol of royalty, twisting it into a cruel parody. They shoved a crown of thorns onto his head, drawing blood. They spat on him, beat him, and mocked his claim to be king. But Jesus remained steadfast. His silence spoke volumes. This was love in action, enduring the worst for the sake of others. Every blow, every insult was a reminder of the depth of his love. He was choosing to bear the pain, to take the punishment we deserved. They led Jesus to Golgotha, the place of the skull, a hill outside Jerusalem. There they nailed him to a wooden cross. The pain was excruciating, but Jesus bore it with grace. On either side of him, 2 criminals were also crucified. One mocked Jesus, challenging him to save himself, but the other recognized the holiness of Jesus. He asked for mercy, for remembrance. And Jesus, in his agony, offered words of comfort and hope. Today you will be with me in paradise. Even in his final moments, he reached out with love and forgiveness. Father, forgive them, the words that shook the earth. As darkness fell over the land, Jesus cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" He was experiencing the full weight of sin, the separation from the Father. Then, with a loud cry, he said, "It is finished." His work was done. The debt of sin was paid in full. With his last breath, he whispered, "Father, into your hands I commit my spirit." The earth shook. The curtain in the temple, separating the Holy of Holies from the rest of the temple, tore in two. The centurion guarding Jesus declared, "Surely this was the Son of God." Darkness at noon, light for eternity. Jesus was gone. His followers were devastated, their hopes seemingly crushed. The world had grown dark, but death could not hold him, the grave could not contain him. Jesus' sacrifice had shattered the power of sin and death forever. He had paved the way for us to have a relationship with God. His death was not the end, but the beginning of something new, something glorious. The darkness would not last. Laid to rest, victorious in death. Joseph of Arimathea, a secret follower of Jesus, asked Pilate for his body. Gently, lovingly, they wrapped Jesus in linen cloths and laid him in a tomb. A large stone was rolled in front of the tomb, sealing it. Roman guards stood watch, ensuring no one would steal the body. It seemed like hope was buried beneath that stone. But the story wasn't over. The greatest miracle was yet to come. The tomb couldn't hold him. Death couldn't conquer him. He chose the nails. We receive the grace. The crucifixion of Jesus is more than just a historical event. It's a testament to the boundless love of God. Jesus, innocent and pure, chose to endure the horrors of the cross for us. He chose the nails so that we could be set free. Free from the chains of sin, free from fear and death. He offers us forgiveness, hope, and a love that knows no bounds. The cross stands as a symbol of sacrifice, redemption, and ultimately victory. Jesus' death paved the way for new life, for a restored relationship with God. His love poured out on that cross is a gift freely given to all who believe.